love that consumes you always feels bigger, more cinematic, more real. Being chosen by someone who could destroy you makes that choosing feel like it means something, until you realize the love you thought was making you feel alive is actually making you disappear. So here is the question nobody tells you to ask, not, do I love them? But what happens to me when I love them? Do you expand or do you become smaller? Because the wrong love doesn't always feel wrong. People have always been split into two camps, a love that is steady and studies you, or a love that completely consumes you. And most of us spent years wanting to be consumed, because that is what every movie shows us, the dramatic rain scene. The 6 seasons of emotional unavailability turned into destiny. The star-crossed lovers who die for each other. It feels bigger, you know? It feels like it means something, until you are actually in it. Until the love making you feel alive starts making you disappear. At first, it feels like flying, until you look down and realize there is no ground beneath you. Maybe Icarus did not fall because he flew too close to the sun. Maybe he fell because he loved it too much. He did not fear the sun. He revered it. The thought of distance was unbearable to him. So why do we keep choosing it? Why do we walk into the fire when we can feel the heat? We see the red flags. We feel it in our bodies, and we lean in anyway. Because for 1 second, the heat makes the loneliness stop. Because consuming love gives you a role. And that role is addictive. Your suffering feels like it means something. If he finally chooses you, the waiting was worth it. If he finally becomes who you know he can be, then you were not delusional. You were right. And that is why leaving is so hard. Because leaving means losing the fantasy. The version of the story where your love was powerful enough to transform him. That fantasy is almost always harder to lose than the actual relationship. The scariest part of losing yourself in a relationship is that it does not happen all at once. It is not one dramatic moment. It is a slow creep into your decisions, how you see yourself, how you see your friends. A little bit every time you say it is fine when it is not. A little bit every time you do not ask the question because you are afraid of the answer. A little bit every time you make yourself smaller so the relationship can stay intact. Because consuming love does not always feel like destruction. Sometimes it feels like adaptation. You tell yourself you are being understanding. You are giving them space. You are not being too much. But slowly your entire personality becomes organized around not scaring this person away. You stop doing the things that made you feel like a person. You can love someone and have that love be genuine and still be losing yourself. You can have chemistry and still not feel safe. You can be deeply connected and still be abandoning yourself. If loving someone requires you to be anxious, silent, and smaller, the question is not if the love is real. The question is if it is worth it. Here's where it gets complicated. After all the anxiety, the overthinking, the waiting, the becoming someone I do not recognize, I do not know if I would change it. Because some experiences hurt you and wake you up in the same motion. They show you your own hunger, your capacity, your willingness to abandon yourself. You have to touch the fire to learn that warmth and burning are not the same thing. And I still want passion, I still want desire, I still want romance. But as you get older, you stop confusing intimacy with intensity. Not every person who gives you a story needs a permanent place in your life. Some loves are not homes, they are thresholds. They take you from one version of yourself to another. But you are not meant to spend your whole life falling. Love does not have to destroy you to be real. You do not have to keep choosing the fire just because it once taught you what it felt like to be alive. Maybe the fall is not the tragedy. The tragedy is never learning how to land